If your WordPress form is live, bots may already be testing it. They can send fake leads, spam your inbox, and exploit weak form fields unnoticed. The good news is you don't need a complicated security setup to reduce most of that risk. In this video, I'll show you how to secure your WordPress forms with Fluent Forms using 3 practical security layers. Start with the basic protections first. Then if your site gets more traffic or handles sensitive data, you can add stronger layers on top. Let's get started and secure your forms step by step. Layer 1 is for beginners, portfolios, and small business sites. If you only get a few form submissions each week, you don't need to turn on every security option at once. A few built-in protections can already block many common spam attempts. First, head over to Fluent Forms and open Global Settings. Then scroll down until you find the Honeypot option. Go ahead and turn it on. Here's how Honeypot works. It creates a hidden field that real users never see. But many bots read your site's code and fill out every field they find. When Fluent Forms detects that a hidden field is filled, it can block the submission before it reaches your inbox. Next, enable token-based spam protection. When a real visitor loads your form, your site creates a hidden token for that session. During submission, Fluent Forms checks that token. If a bot tries to submit data directly without loading the form properly, the token may not match, and the submission can be rejected. Now let's add one more check directly inside the form itself. Open the specific form you want to protect. Click on Settings and Integrations at the top. From there, turn on Block Empty Submissions. This helps filter out bots that simply hit submit without entering real information. For many small websites, the first layer is a strong starting point. You have Honeypot, token-based protection, and empty submission blocking working together. That gives you a basic protection without making the form harder for real users. Layer 2 is for sites that are starting to get steady traffic. If you are getting more form submissions, running ads, or seeing repeated spam, basic protection may not be enough. This gives you an extra layer of verification. A traditional CAPTCHA is one option. Fluent Forms supports Google reCAPTCHA or hCaptcha, and both can help stop automated submissions. To set this up, again go to Global Settings, then Security, and choose either reCAPTCHA or hCaptcha. With reCAPTCHA, you can choose the version that fits your site. As you can see, I have already integrated hCaptcha for protection. All you need to do is get your keys from the hCaptcha website, paste them into the corresponding fields, and then drag the hCaptcha field into your form. If you are not sure how to connect and get those keys, check the official documentation linked in the description. For a smoother user experience, I recommend trying Cloudflare Turnstile. Unlike older CAPTCHA challenges, Turnstile usually works silently in the background. Most real users do not need to click images, solve puzzles, or prove they are human. To set it up, add your Turnstile site key and secret key inside Fluent Forms. Then choose the appearance mode that fits your form design. If you want the cleanest experience, invisible mode is usually a good option. After that, save your settings. Turnstile helps check visitors and browser signals in the background. That means you can add bot protection without adding friction for most real users. For lead generation forms, that matters because fewer interruptions can mean more completed form submissions. For an even cleaner inbox, you can enable double opt-in. This is especially useful when your forms adds people to an email list or collects leads you want to follow up with. In Fluent Forms, you have to enable double opt-in in at 2 levels. First globally and then from the individual forms where you want it to enabled. Let's set it globally first. Click on double opt-in and then enable the module. You can customize the message if you want, but the default ones are already available. Then fill out the remaining fields. And the interesting part is you can set how many days to wait before unconfirmed entries get deleted automatically. After that, save your settings, and with that, one side is done. Now open a form where you want to double opt-in enabled. Tap on Settings and Integrations at the top. From there, turn it on. Select the email field where you want to send the confirmation email and customize the initial success message. By default, the email type uses the default double opt-in subject and message for the form. But if you want, you can check the box for customized double opt-in email to create a separate subject and message for that specific form. Let's save the changes. So how does this help with spam? When someone submits the form, the entry stays unconfirmed until they click the confirmation link in their email. Bots and fake email submissions usually do not complete that step. This helps keep your list cleaner and reduce low-quality leads. Layer 3 is for high traffic sites that need to stack multiple layers of security. If your site gets massive traffic, you can integrate Akismet with Fluent Forms. Head over to the global settings and scroll down. You'll see an option, Enable Akismet Integration. If you don't see this option yet, just make sure you have installed and activated Akismet. If you have Akismet anti-spam already activated on your site, just toggle it on. Now choose what should happen when a submission is flagged as a spam. Akismet compares submissions against a large spam detection network. It can help identify suspicious entries before they clutter your inbox. This is useful when your site receives frequent form submissions and basic filters are no longer enough. Now let me show you 2 more powerful pro tips to really lock things down. First, if your form allows file uploads, only allow the file types you actually need. For example, if you are collecting resumes through a form, you may only need PDF or doc files, right? Do not allow risky executable files like PHP or JS. That kind of file can create serious security problems if your server is not properly protected. Second, my favorite trick for local businesses is IP and country restrictions. If you only serve customers in a specific country or region, you do not need to accept submissions from everywhere. Open your form, go to Settings and Integrations, then Scheduling and Restrictions. Scroll down to the Restrict form and turn it on. From there, choose how you want to control submissions. You can restrict by IP, country, or even specific keywords depending on your use case. This is useful for local service businesses, agencies, clinics, consultants, and stores that only work with a defined audience. If most of your spam comes from places you do not serve, country restrictions can reduce noise fast. For even tighter control, you can require users to log in before submitting the form. Turn on the option that requires the users to be logged in. Now, only registered users can submit that form. This is not the right choice for every contact form because public visitors may need to reach you. But for support forms, internal requests, and client portals, login-only access can drastically reduce anonymous spam. The important thing is this, you do not need to enable everything today. Start with the basic layer. If spam still gets through, add Turnstile or CAPTCHA. And if your form handles uploads, payments, private message, or high-volume leads, use the advanced restrictions too. There are still more Fluent Forms security features worth exploring, and one of them is data validation. It helps ensure your forms only accept the right kind of data. For example, it can prevent letters from being entered in a phone number field or verify that an email address follows the correct format. If you'd like a dedicated video on Fluent Forms validation rules, comment validate below. I'll show you how validation works and how it can improve both form security and data quality. For now, try these 3 security layers on your forms and let me know how it goes. And that's how you can secure your WordPress forms with Fluent Forms without making things complicated for real users. Keep your forms protected, keep your data clean, and keep building with Fluent Forms. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.